Hey everyone, I'm Jake, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm taking a look at the Nanoleaf remote, a buttonless prism to help control your smart home. Since it was first announced, I've been very excited to get my hands on this remote because it brings physical control back into the smart home, but in an elegant buttonless form that's very well thought out. Inside of the box, you get a setup guide, as well as 2 AA batteries, and the 2 halves of the remote's prism. To assemble, simply slide the batteries into their respective slots, close the lid, and snap the halves together. All in all, if you're looking for a tactile way to control your smart home, this may be perfect for you. I say may because there is one caveat to that. If you want this remote to control anything other than just Nanoleaf's light panels, the other devices have to be HomeKit compatible, at least until an equivalent Android framework has been developed and widely adopted, which may be a little while. In addition, if, like myself, you're not a HomeKit user, but you want to use the remote with your Nanoleaf panels directly, you'll need to have the rhythm module attached to the lights, as this is how the two communicate. With that being said, from a design perspective, this remote is truly elegant. Once programmed, simply change which side of the remote is facing up in order to adjust which light scene is active. The remote will then flash and give you a haptic vibration to let you know that the action was recognized. Then, by rotating the remote either clockwise or counterclockwise, you can brighten or dim the lights in 5% increments. To be honest, I was won over by the dimming control. It's a pretty neat feature, but unfortunately right now it is limited to just Nanoleaf's light panels. In the future, Apple will be rolling this out hopefully in a HomeKit update, so that you'll be able to control your other smart lights like Philips Hue. When using the dimming feature, it's best to perform small controlled rotations, because the remote can't keep up with you rapidly spinning the prism. Unfortunate, because this is quite a bit of fun. Setting up and customizing the remote is simple enough. Open up the Nanoleaf app and click Add New Device. Click on Remote, then Start Pairing. You'll be redirected to use your phone's camera with the HomeKit pairing code that came on the setup guide. Then, the Nanoleaf app will search for and connect to the remote. Once connected, the remote will vibrate and pulse green a few times. You can then select where the remote will be located and begin pairing the remote with your Nanoleaf light tiles via the rhythm module. This step is optional and is really only necessary if you want the ability to dim your light panels using the Nanoleaf remote. You'll want to repeat this for all light panel sets that you have by using the settings gear in the top right corner. If you don't have a rhythm module, you can still set up these lights through Apple HomeKit, but you'll require an Apple TV, iPad, or HomePod acting as the HomeKit hub in order to control your devices. Once completed, you can then edit the name and device actions assigned to each of the 12 faces of the Nanoleaf remote. Simply click on the face you want to edit, give it a nickname, then click on each of your light panel sets and select which simple, color, or rhythm action you want to assign. You can also use the Configure in HomeKit link to add HomeKit compatible devices and actions. As you configure each side of the remote, you may notice that only the color and rhythm Nanoleaf scenes can be assigned at this time, not the basic scenes that you may use to simply change your entire light panel set to a single color. I suspect basic scene support will be coming in a firmware update soon, but in the meantime, you can just create a new color scene that paints all of the panels to the one color that you want, then assign that color scene to the remote face. In my case, I've set up a simply white scene. Once you've assigned actions to each face of the remote, you're good to go. Just flip the remote to the face you want to activate your lights, and they should respond as programmed. In the event that the remote is already on the side that you want to trigger, because perhaps you shut off the lights using your voice or some other means, just give it a little shake and set it down again. You'll notice that in addition to the small numbers on each side of the prism, the entire remote pulses a different color depending on which side is facing upwards. This just helps you further identify which scene is going to be triggered. For now, this color is not user-defined, it's just preset by Nanoleaf, which is a little bit of a minor annoyance for me. I'd really like to see the remote color match the dominant color of the triggered scene, even if we could just set that ourselves. Again, this is something that down the line could be adjusted with a remote firmware update though. Until then, just be mindful of the preset remote colors when assigning scenes to the faces. Overall, I've really enjoyed my time with the Nanoleaf remote. I still find myself mostly using smart speakers to control my lights, but it's nice to have that physical option when you want it. There's definitely more value here if you're a HomeKit user and have something like Philips Hue lights so that you can also assign them to each face. but even as an Android user, somebody operating through the Google Home ecosystem, I find that there's enough value here for me. If you're interested in picking up a Nanoleaf remote, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can get them. They cost about $50 US. Otherwise, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments below and by liking the video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.